Congratulations! You've made it to the final week of our first module, Mama Africa. There's several things I'd like to go through before I post new work on Thursday night. First, I'd like you to view the film on Melville Herskovits, and then in the following blog, I'd like you to write a one-sentence summary of this piece in your own words. It's going to be kind of hard to do, but try to do it nonetheless. Second, I want you to read and contemplate and reflect on our second and last lecture for this module, Reciprocity to Imperialism. There is no related activity to this lecture as it's heady enough. Usually I'm doing this in a face-to-face environment, so I understand it's a lot of complicated stuff, a lot of emotionally charged material to go through, but try to go through it nonetheless. Third, go over my PowerPoint on Africanisms, creolization, and the questions that I posed for the last of the material of our Mama Africa module. Once you're finished with this PowerPoint, I'd like you to cite in the Africanisms and creolization wiki an example of an Africanism and an example of creolization. In addition, I'd like you to provide some answers to the questions I posed at the end of the slideshow. You can do research if you choose to, but I'd like you to try to offer your own opinion based on previous history courses, prior knowledge, and or personal interest. There are some other loose ends I'd like to comment on as well. You should be plugging along on your journal entry journals. I know I've gotten some questions on them, but just remember, refer back to the criteria that's in the what we have done so far content area. Just so you know, I finished all of the grading up into this week's work, and I have issued all the early alerts that I need to. I'll be posting a survey along with our second module material so that I can make sure that I'm meeting your needs besides providing with great content. If there's anything, and I stress anything, that I need to know before I post a survey, please let me know. I'm firmly aware that this week's material is very heady and emotionally charged. This is definitely one of the drawbacks, I think, of online instruction, at least in my estimation. I'm trying to be optimistic that you are all working through this material and that you're absorbing it well on your own. I'm usually with students in a face-to-face environment, so this is all new for me. If there's anything you'd like to question, discuss further, and or contest, please do so. I pride myself on assuring my students that they can totally disagree with my assertions as long as they can historically support their assertions and still get an A in the course. It is doable. I have had many students disagree with me wholeheartedly and still ace the course. Okay? In addition, there's so many things in the news that I'd like to post. However, I would be up around the clock reading and posting, as would you. And if I feel it's crucial to cite it, I will post it in the Lennox Lounge, and I would encourage you to do the same. But I'm just not going to post something every time the media airs something that Dr. Ben Carson says, or something about the Confederate flag, etc. I think you get that, and that you would appreciate it in the long run. While I want to have you make connections to the world around us with our coursework, I also want you to have a healthy balance as well. Again, if you'd like to post something to this end, please post your comment on the appropriate blog or wiki. And if something's related, you could always post it in the Lennox Lounge. Okay? As for me, I'm very pleased with the work that you've all done in this first foundational module. For example, I love the questions that you all posed in your brief response papers, and I try to give you each feedback on your work. Always know that even if you do not get exhaustive feedback from me on all of your work, I read through your work once, I reflect on it, and then I return to grade it. Okay, I just want you to know that. I don't want you to feel like you're hanging out there and you don't have any commentary. If you feel like you need more, let me know that. Next week, we'll be firmly in the Western Hemisphere. I look forward to examining colonial Afro-American history with all of you. And as always, if there's anything that you need or anything that I can do to make your learning experience better, do not hesitate to let me know. Have a great rest of your Tuesday evening and last day of September. I hope you all enjoyed the eclipse last Sunday night. I'm still kind of catching up on my sleep as it is. So here's my check-in video for the week. Hopefully the closed captioning will work, and I'll see you next week. Thanks. Bye.